Hello, everyone. This is Tanya here from EduTV, and I welcome you all to today's podcast on an Extra Marks Edu Talk, which is powered by EduTV. It's a pleasure for us to have a discussion today on the topic AI in education, empowering the teachers, preserving the human touch. And I'm delighted to have with us Mr. Gautam Sarkar, the principal of Aditya Birla Vani Bharati School, based out of Hooghly. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Our host for today's session is Ms. Charnita Kaur, the Senior Vice President and Product at Extramarks India, who leads the innovation and learning through technology and AI. Welcome, Ms. Charnita.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. So let's begin with our discussion for today. Over to you, Ms. Charnita, please.
Hi. I want to start with something really simple because, whenever we talk about AI in education, things get a little futuristic and very quickly. But, schools don't run in the future. They run at 8:30 a.m. With the bell ringing, homework is unfinished, and teachers probably already tired before the day begins. Let me just ask you one simple thing. How do you think that we can balance tradition and technology in education, Mr. Sarkar?
Now, good evening once again, and thank you to EduTV for giving me such a beautiful platform where we can discuss something which is the most relevant of today's education system. Now, if you ask me, the art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery.
Yeah.
And when you say that art assisting discovery means to give facilities, help, and environment where a child can grow and do certain things. Why I'm saying this, a child can grow, because when you talk about a school, school means from 3.5 years to almost 18 years. The real growth of an individual. This is a period where you'll find that the real growth, because I believe that college and colleges, universities, they polish the personalities.
Yeah.
They cannot create. Like in school, we create managers. In school, we create CEOs. The business school, they just polish those, you can say, quality of that individual. When you're creating something, then the balance between the technology and the traditional thing should be there, because it's more important, the balance, because a child of 3.5 years or 6.5 years or 8.5 years or 10 years or 12 years, their mind is full of curiosity. They need to know more, and they are in a position to understand faster than us. So if we are not updated technology wise, then we will unable to fulfill their thirst of knowing more. Like there was a time that where uh, uh, education means giving notes. Education means doing long homework. Education means only handwriting. I'm talking about school education, handwriting. Education means you can say restricted within syllabus. School education means syllabus, books, fixed books, and reference books. But now things are changed. Now education is all about, you can say, assisting them to grow. Education is all about giving them the facility to understand that we are living in a period, an age where globalization matters. You just can't confine yourself at one corner and you can say, no, I will do only orthodox teaching or only orthodox studying. You can't do that.
That's what,
Yeah.
there's this, sorry, I'm interrupting, but I just
Okay.
wanted to share this example that, I remember, we do talk to teachers in schools, etc. And I was a part of this grade 8 science class where, she was teaching using one of our content. And so she, sort of displayed the short simulation. It was electricity that she was trying to explain. Now, typically, a teacher would probably be doing a chalk diagram repetition, she'd draw and then she'll expect the students to understand. But she was showing a short simulation, and then she stopped midway
Mm.
and asked the students to predict what would happen next. And that's where, I felt that, the discussions, the questioning, the energy, that was all her, right? That's tradition. But technology helped her explain faster and in a clearer format. So I just feel that, it's not tradition versus technology, they're not opposite, but tradition is what gives the intent, why we
Yeah.
teach, how children are learning, the role of a teacher as a mentor. And technology is just simply a multiplier, adding that scale, adding that swiftness or the fastness to a certain thing, making concepts clearer, which otherwise probably, in a chalk diagram kind of a format would not have been so easy for teachers to explain or students to understand. So I feel that that's something where
No need, but
tradition and
yeah,
technology really go hand in hand there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Because in other words, we can say that technology and you can say the orthodox teaching skill, they not only go hand in hand, but they don't compete with each other. They actually complete each other.
That's true. So true.
Brings you need to have that contextual understanding. For that, you need that individual over there, the teacher, but you need to have that textual matter available, which technology will provide. It means they complete each other. It's not a competition between X and Y. It's actually X and Y together, they're making something. Like it's just, you can give example of hydrogen and oxygen. Separately, they are only gases, but when they mix, they can create something called life. We call it water.
Right.
So technology and orthodox teaching is as hydrogen and oxygen, and they're creating life. And that exactly what I feel, that AI, or you can say that technology is so very important, but again, in a controlled way.
So true. So true. So now that you've spoken about AI, you
Yeah.
mentioned the buzzword.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, address the room, the elephant in the room. And I just want to ask you the big question or the concern that most schools have is that, is this AI pedagogically sound or is it just impressive? Because I've heard both sides of the story. So I want to see, hear you out on this.
Uh, that's exactly what do you want to say, that importance of AI in pedagogy, or it is just you can say
So I'll just so curriculum, experts typically define what good learning looks like. Teachers validate whether it's actually working in a real classroom,
no,
and tech teams try to translate that into a scalable system. That's how this is our learning that, AI only works in education when pedagogy leads, and technology sort of follows. So it has to go behind pedagogy. It can't be technology first. And that's where the question sort of comes in that, schools get this concern sometimes that how do we ensure that the AI that we are using is pedagogically sound?
see, over here. I will be a little harsh on this, because when I speak, or when I to teachers, those who are uh, technology-wise updated, you will find that they will say, yes, the use of AI is very good, and this is integral part of education system, and we must go ahead with that. But those who are not that way trained, they will give you a different perspective of the whole scenario. They will say, no, 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 no. See, all those scientists, all those engineers, doctors, teachers, they never followed AI. So now school teaching, as per them, those who are not trained, they will always say कि AI is not that way good. Those who are trained, they will say AI is an integral part of education.
Yeah.
It means the reality is somewhere in between. Again, the balance.
Yeah.
Again, the balance. Because when we talk about pedagogy or when we talk about technology-driven education system, see, technology-driven education system for school, to some extent, it is okay, but it can't be 100%. There should be I'm giving you an example. Like with technology, you can take attendance virtually. You know that nowadays you have a face reader.
Yeah.
The
We
child
have
will
that, by the way, in extra marks. Yeah.
yeah. If you get inside the classroom and with the face reading, you will get the attendance, and the principal and the parent will understand, okay, my child is there in the class.
Yeah.
That is good. But in a school, you must have a class teacher who should take the attendance.
Why do you say that?
Because with every morning, when we take attendance and we utter his or her name, they start feeling and valuing themselves.
Ah,
Now, when I call, Anjali, are you present? Or simply, Rohit, are you there? Rohit feels, okay, I'm here, I'm somebody.
yeah.
Someone cares for me. And I said, "No, that in a school of more than 3,000, I feel it is very difficult for a principal because I don't get the eye contact with my students. Every morning when I go, I feel so nice. I can see my students and I say, good morning. And then I hear back from them, good
Yeah.
morning, sir. That is what I'm not saying I will not have the microphone. I will not have the technology. I need the technology. It must be properly blended with this human presence. So yes, attendance through face is very important. That parents should know that their kids are there in the class, but that doesn't mean that the class teacher will not have the personal touch in the class. That is very important. We call it emotional support.
Right.
You can give technology, you can teach, but simultaneously you must have that emotional support where a child will understand, valued. Nowadays, so many suicides, so many broken families.
So I just want to ask you a leading question
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
because you spoke about the human touch. So do you think that if we adopt AI in classrooms, that's going to reduce the human touch?
No,
Okay.
no,
So why do you
no,
say
no,
that?
because again, I will say no.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, because with every technology, initially, because even internet was opposed, Google
Right.
was opposed.
Mhm.
Now we know that Google search is so very important. And that became a part and parcel of our daily life. Similarly, if you introduce AI, you will have human touch in a different way. Yes, you can generate questions through that, but while getting answers, you will again get in touch with your students. So I will not say it will reduce, but we'll have a different kind of human touch.
I feel that, two examples I'd like to cite here. One is that with AI,
Mhm.
if a lot of teachers' administrative work is done, it enables her with some more quality time, people call free time, but I'd say it's quality time where she can actually connect better with the students, which otherwise for a teacher becomes difficult. So, if it's a class of 40, you can't really give that personal attention to everybody because you're so deep down engrossed in your own lesson planning, assessment creation, reporting, PTMs, all the spreadsheets that the teacher never signed up for is what she has to really do. But the moment we take that away, thanks to technology or thanks to AI, it just enables her a little more with that quality time that she can spend nurturing the kids, the students of a class. So that's one thing I'd like to say. The other thing I feel is that, so up till now, we spoke a lot about digital content and digital classrooms is what, we kept speaking about. But now I feel it's about time that we built intelligent classrooms. I'll give you an example. The classes, the style of learning of a particular class is very different from the other class. Yeah, a teacher's style of teaching is very different from other teachers. Everybody has their own personal style of teaching. Now we've given them content, which is great, by the way, because it's pedagogically sound and very apt for the class or the subject that she's taking. But she has her own style of teaching. How do we personalize that content, make it a little more human to that extent, so that she can teach better? So that's the question that we sort of asked ourselves. And yeah, we've come up with solutions that sort of work in a more personalized way for a teacher to be able to teach in a more personalized way in her own style of teaching using the same content, but in a different format. So that's something which I feel is going to help, solutions such as this are really going to help our teachers get a little more creative. We've always had that teacher that who could probably turn Newton's law into a Netflix series. She could do that kind of storytelling. With AI, I feel that we can enable all teachers to do that. So it's not going to be that one special teacher who used to do that kind of a storytelling, but all teachers enabled to utilize that kind of style or have more creative ways to express and teach better.
Yeah, that is true. And actually, I am, you know, what you said, we exactly followed it in year 2020. Pandemic
Yeah.
was declared lockdown was declared in 23rd of March 2020. We started our full-fledged class, means online classes, from 7th of April. But exactly that time, this kind of classrooms, AI was not that way available. It's a, you can say, byproduct of pandemic, where we understood that importance of online teaching, all those things. But during that period, I took some special permission from the local police and allowed our teachers to come to school and make their own videos. And we made altogether 7,000 small videos, and we posted that through our website, individual classrooms, where students can come and see their own teacher's video. Instead of downloading those from YouTube and giving to them, I thought it is better that we'll make small videos, because Newton first law, second law, third law, I did it because as we could give that example. So it's keep to mind that, okay, I made a small video and then kept it available for different class. They need to enter, login through their password, and then they can see those videos. I'm telling you, because those videos are personalized, they attracted more than those who are copied from other sources.
True. Yeah.
Because as a student, if you think, you will always love to see faces whom you know. Your own teacher, suppose class 3, because if you know, then class 7, 8, 9, 10, if you talk to those students, you will find that they will say, my parents, they don't know anything. My teachers are better. They can guide us. They have that perception of that. No, my teachers are always right because they are more connected with their teachers. So what you are saying, personalized AI tools or personalized contents are very important to make it more impactful for that particular niche or that particular school or group of students. Like when if I talk to my students, suppose I'm teaching maths or science to my students, and those are from my class, they will get more connected if I download some other content. And no, animation based videos are okay. I'm talking about individual, like suppose a video animated video you're showing, fine. Then because they know that after that sir will or ma'am will explain. What we say, a contextual understanding that we will give.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we need personalized contents to make it more impactful. Because see, if you talk about Extra Marks or any other company like that, they need to cater school-wise, institute-wise, not as a whole.
Yeah. Personalization is the key
Yeah,
these days,
yeah,
right?
because see, again,
To get personal.
tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, different categories of schools.
Yeah.
It means different categories of students with
True.
different kind of backgrounds. Like when I talk to my students online and we talk about Mentimeter, they can open their smartphone and they can do that. And I can find out, okay, this is possible. When I share the screen, I can see those things. But when the same thing, if I go and do it in tier 3 schools, they may not have that kind of smartphone or that kind of awareness what is Mentimeter all about. So when this kind of tech companies are coming, which we welcome, yeah, because we need you, all of you should make more personalized product where I can make it available to my students and they should feel it is specially made, tailor-made for them.
So one
Because
thing that we are doing right now, sorry,
yeah,
but really excited to talk about it,
yeah,
is that we've brought in multilingual control, which
okay.
means that most of our content earlier was in English and fairly so. But then we realized that the tier 2, tier 3 cities that you're talking about, although they are a part of an English medium school, but their language of dependence, so to say, is Hindi or probably
Yeah,
their
yeah.
regional language, a Punjabi or a Marathi or Bengali, for that matter, and it's easier for them to see a video in their language and understand the concept better, and or probably look at a question. So if you're seeing the question in English, it doesn't really you can't really understand what it means, and you just quickly convert it to the language of your choice, and now you understood. So you can answer it better. So those kind of you know uh, minor adjustments, we'd call it, just to enable our students as well as our teachers, because they can also do the same thing. They know that this group of students understand Hindi better or Bengali better, so let me just start teaching this in Bengali and they'll understand it better. So that is something that we are building right now, and we want to launch that very soon into the market, where the student and the teacher can teach and learn in the language of their choice and quickly, sort of if they want to switch back to English, it's an instant thing. It's not like a big task. So that's something that that's a personalization at a state level or a language level that we've sort of brought about.
That will cater some more number of students. And
Yeah.
for me, language is just for understanding.
Exactly. It's about understanding the
Concept, nothing more than that. Because even if I bring a lot of Bollywood when I explain my lessons. Okay, I don't know, because I know that they will understand more. Because see that when I teach them trigonometry, I always tell them some people have curly brown hair turned permanently black. That is sine p by h, cos b by h, tan p by b. So like that. But this is a very common thing. But what I add is, like for the values, sine 0, sine 30, sine 45, sine 60, sine 90. So if you start from 30, we said key 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 means I just pose it of Hrithik Roshan, and with my hand, I show it like a root. The thing is that sine 30, 45, 60, 90 is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 4 with a square root. That is the answer.
Wow. I
Sine,
understand
sine
trigonometry so much
0,
better
sine
now.
0, sine 30, sine 45, sine 60, sine 90. If we start with that, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by
Yeah,
4, 4, 4, the moment you show the hand like this, is a square root.
it's a square root. Yeah.
So 0 by 1, 0 by 4 is 0, like that. If you come, so
Mm.
sine 45 is 1 by root. Everything you will get like that. So I'm saying I bring a lot of Bollywood into that. They will understand. When I teach DC motor, I always say, Aja Nachle Madhuri Dixit. Okay, like this is the pose I show, this is the
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, these are the ways where they will never ever forget these things.
So true. So true. So you're that one teacher who turns Newton's law to Netflix or trigonometry to
No,
Netflix
I'm
series for
saying it because this
students.
is, oh, where is this technology can help. Suppose if I am doing that, if you show the same thing in your content, that will help the teacher who may not be aware of these funny things. It's a funny thing, it's not a big thing, but it's a funny thing to make it more interesting. Like
So this,
story, yeah,
yeah, continue. Please
storytelling
continue.
is very important because while teaching, because even if you go for anywhere, like when I go and take seminars for teachers or colleges, I always make it very interactive because one way talking and talking will not give you any result. You say, involve, let them evolve and come back to you.
That's so true. So true.
And that is where we miss because when they will say, they will giggle, they will laugh, but they will remember.
Yeah.
And nowadays it is very easy. You say a few serious sentences and make people cry is very easy. But bringing this is very
Very
important.
difficult.
While teaching, I know by teaching a dull subject like maths, a dull subject like physics, which may not be attractive for the students. To make it attractive, we need to do this kind of thing. But with the help of Extra Mark or technology or tech company like you, we will get these things available at every standard. Like not only in class 9, 10, 11, 12, even a class 6, class 5, class 4. I have seen in few cases that the way certain edutech company they explaining, they teaching history
Mhm.
is so very interesting
Yeah.
that they are making the 3D map, the flag is coming down, then this is the, okay, this is what, oh, this is the French Revolution, this is the
Mm.
reason, that is the way, you know. So this is what.
Yeah. So there's
So
something very interesting that we've done. We've built AI layer on top of the content that we already have. So, for example, there's a content about projectile motion or trigonometry for that matter, and the teacher wants to teach it in her own style. Like for you mentioned Bollywood, that's your style.
yeah,
So you'd probably look at a group of students and say that, okay, this class likes football a lot, they are football fans, so
yeah,
can
yeah,
I teach projectile motion in a football field? And the moment you give that context to our AI, it actually converts that entire learning journey or that video animation into the context of a football field. So
yeah.
then it becomes a little more personalized for the teacher to actually teach, and the students get a little more engaged. It's the same concept, it's simulations, it's animations that we've already built, it's already there in our content. But that personalization, because a teacher's flavor and a student's way of learning or interest areas could just be very different. So that context sort of helps us build that. So yeah, we are doing that as well.
That's great. This is
All
what
right.
exactly we want.
Yeah. Last question to
Yeah.
you. Do you think teachers are scared of AI? Are they worried that
Yes.
AI is going
Yes.
to replace them? What are you doing for that?
Simple thing.
Mhm.
I told them that AI will not replace teachers, but teachers,
Yeah,
those who learn AI, will replace those who are not.
so true.
There is only one way of earning. There is only one way of earning, that is learning.
So true.
So you know that teachers nowadays, they are professional teachers. I always tell them, yes, it was a call. It is a call. Definitely, teaching profession is a call. But again, if you want to earn, you need to learn. And earning means not only money. Earning means earning respect. Earning means earning importance in your peer group. Earning means getting notified and noticed by your students and parents. Earning means to have a proper social standing. If you want to have these things, you need to learn. There is no substitute of hard work. So please learn AI. Once you learn, then automatically you will earn many things. And for my school, because it's a very old school, 66 years old school, we have some veteran teachers. I call them, those who are above 50, I call them. I said, ma'am, sirs, you try to learn this, implement this. Whatever things go right will be given to your name. Whatever wrong you will do, I will take it.
That's so good.
I give them the scope to do errors. Unless or until they fail, they will not learn.
True.
So in our school, we'll have small trainings on AI, like even Meta from WhatsApp, from AI, like from that technology, this technology, that technology, small things I teach them. I not teach them, I just ask them to go and learn. And I always say, ask your children to teach you.
Yeah, they know so much more.
There's so much more. There's so much more, and they will help you.
Yeah.
But you can say that now they are slowly understanding that. See, there was a time when computers was first introduced. There was a big revolution from political parties that if computers are introduced in the bank, so many jobs will go. What will happen? This, that. Same thing is going on. If AI is there, that we will lose job. No. If you know AI, you will replace those who don't.
That's so true. And I think the shift happens, when the teachers stop asking, will AI replace me, and start asking, how can AI support me? If they ask that question, it sort of gives a mindset shift, and, they feel a little more in control. So, thinking that AI is a supporter or a co-teacher or a peer who's helping you instead of, somebody who's supervising you. I think that's what is going to sort of ease them out. And yeah.
One thing, sorry, I interrupted.
Continue. Yeah.
I will tell you that for any mind shift, we always need a decade. At least a decade.
Yeah.
Just wait for 4 more years. I truly believe that government will going to bring a policy that instead of B.Ed, a teacher should have a 6 months AI course done.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Bachelor of Education is now they made mandatory. If you want to be a school teacher, without B.Ed, you can't be a teacher. And on camera, I'm saying this course have no value. Because because I have done my B.Ed, I know, but that is possible only when you teach a group of 10 to 12 students. A country like India will have at least 30 students in a class, if not 45. So B.Ed is not that way effective. But soon government will implement that every individual who wants to be a teacher for a school or wherever it is, 6 months technology course will be mandatory, or this technology curriculum will be introduced in B.Ed, either or. Because without that, I can't see that 2030 onwards, teachers can't cope without this technology.
True.
And I'm talking about 2030 will be effective for all tires, like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, because without this, because everything will be based on technology. So I think this is something is going to help.
Yeah. The students, I mean, all the kids these days have already adopted to AI. I see them using AI more often than our teachers do, to get their
Yeah.
homework done. And I'm really scared because sometimes these open AI platforms, free to use platforms, are not, again, that pedagogically sound. And that's where I start feeling scared because the AI is going to answer anything and give you
But yeah,
results.
there should be a control on this.
Yeah.
Personally, if you ask me, I personally feel there should be control of this because you need to know how to use AI. The problem is we are teaching AI, but how to use it, we are not doing that. The guideline is very important
So true.
because the answers or the things what they are giving is horrifying.
Yeah.
As a parent, it's horrifying. Certain things
And
we don't want, that
yeah,
but those things are happening. So there should be a control. Access should not be free.
that's
If
where, Extra Marks AI, we call it extra AI because there's nothing artificial about it. It's
I-
authentically human, we'd like to call it. That's why I call it extra AI, is actually built it's extremely pedagogically sound. It's got their guardrails there. So even if a student tries to ask questions which are out of K-12,
Hmm.
it's not going to give you an answer, and it is going to ensure that if you ask this to ask to create an activity, our AI is actually ensuring that it's not talking about knives, that pick up a knife and start cutting something, or anything, hammers and nails or things like that, which is um, not the correct items to be used
Mhm.
for a K-12 student. So
That is
those
very
kind of
important. That is very
things,
important. That is
and
very good.
that's something that we've trained our AI on. We've built those guardrails. And that's where I feel that, if the student is using our AI to even, and we have multiple solutions that we provide to the students also. If they have a doubt, they can quickly ask and they get those answers and solutions. Um, if that is provided to a student, I'm pretty sure as a parent, a parent would be a little more rested that, okay, whatever he's learning from this is not out of the, it's not talking the wrong stuff or giving the wrong information that a student would probably not want. So, yeah. So there's one more thing I'd like to probably add before I take in your closing thoughts on this. But I just feel that the most powerful AI in education is the one that doesn't look impressive. It's the one that teacher forgets that it's even there, because it just makes her job so much more easier. It's like having that mobile phone in the hand. It's just there. It's a part of our system. I move out, I have my mobile phone, and I go to sleep, I keep it right next to me. It's just a part of our lifestyle. So the moment that AI becomes a part of my lifestyle, that's when I feel that that's the AI that education really needs.
Yeah.
So I just like to know your, before we close and end this session, I'd like to take your closing thoughts.
See, there are two issues. One, AI will help us to uh, do our teaching as per the syllabus in two ways. Sometimes we may miss out with certain points, but teachers like those who teach class 12 as well as class 8, for them to be restricted within the curriculum is very important. Like while teaching friction in class 9, I should not cover the portion of class 11 because the topic is same. I'm the same teacher teaching in class 9 as well as class 10. My AI can help me in this. Like, okay, you are in class 9, this will be your portion, this much you have to explain as a part of your curriculum. Similarly, if you're in class 11, then you need to teach them a little extra. So that way, AI can guide us, help us. But if you are asking my closing remark, I can say by embracing AI in a way that empowers teachers and preserves the human touch, we can create a more effective, efficient, engaging education system that benefits all students from all starting. Is it tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3?
Wonderful closing remarks. Thank you so much, Mr. Sarkar, for sharing such insightful and grounded perspectives. It's clear that AI, when used thoughtfully, can empower teachers while preserving the human heart of education.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much, sir. And I think we crossed our time and everything. I don't know. But
Yeah,
it
just
was so very interesting and so very important to
I think
discuss.
I think it's a subject or a topic that we can just keep going on
Keep
and
going
on.
on, keep going on.
Education in itself is such a vast topic, and then you layer it with AI. We can probably just spend days talking on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank
Thank
you
Thank
so
you.
much
you.
for
Thank
your
you so much, Gautam sir, for sharing your valuable insights. Thank you, Charnata ma'am, for leading it such thoughtfully, because I was overhearing the entire conversation, and like Gautam sir said, we did not realize it's already 45 minutes and we've been discussing, and you could have been on and on for the discussion. Thank you so much, both of you. And we are grateful to Extra Marks for this collaboration, and to all our viewers to be joining with us. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This is
Thank you.
Tanya signing off from EduTV.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.